Hello my succulent friends, it's me, Suze. So I'm hanging out under my pergola and I thought I'd show you around and show you some of the madness that is happening under here. Being summer, I've had to move a lot of things around and a lot of them have come under here. And I also have in front of me, that's not going to work, these used to be out in full sun during winter, and it's basically all my cute pots. I've got them on some bricks, on some old planks of wood to make some shelves. You know, I'm a bit of a MacGyver, you know, you make do with what you got, right? Anyway, they used to be out that direction. I'll talk about the shade cloth in a sec. And so I had to pull it all apart and reconstruct them over here. I can hear my neighbour's dogs whining. That's how my dog interacts. See, there he is at the fence. I think they want to be friends. That's why I can't put succulents along that fence. There's my larger pots. This area gets a lot of full sun, so I've made a cubby house for them. Oh, it looks like I'm talking about shade cloth now. So it's cute, it's working. This piece here is actually not shade cloth. It's like to protect from insects and stuff. There's a tree behind me that's just done a massive bloom and all its little flowers are dropping everywhere. See, like that stuff. I've done my best to sweep it up. Anyway, it's like I've got cubby houses everywhere. There's my shade house. It's quite ridiculous what's going on, but you know, I love my babies and I have to protect them, right? So I thought first I might just show you one of my tables and the insanity that's happening here. So these are just a bunch of leaves that I plucked off one day and I just threw them here and I haven't moved them since. And I love how resilient succulents are because you know, you don't have to fuss around with leaf propagation. You really don't. They will do their thing on their own if it's a healthy enough leaf and it's been removed properly. Oh, this was a little crest that was in one of my arrangements, but before I moved things around it got a little bit crispy from the sun. It's actually a grim one. That's the name of it. Anyway, it's not looking too healthy. Probably could do with some water, but that's why that's there. This one, I don't know why I brought this here, but look what's happening. Isn't it sweet? Maybe, I don't know. For a second there I thought maybe it was cresting. You can see these are the older leaves and this is happening here. What is it called? It's called Carney Colour Pink. Weird, but it had really beautiful flowers and it was one of the only succulents I let the flowers continue to grow because they were so attractive to look at, but it really took a toll on the succulent. A lot of its energy went into that. So look at this, I found an old photo of it from back in July, so peak winter. And yes, the flowers are beautiful, but what's really caught my attention is the colour of the foliage. So back then it was a really dusty sort of pink colour. So currently it's very green, so obviously it's gone that colour because I'm not exposing it to a lot of sunlight. What else we got? Oh, this is very disappointing. I was just thinking, where is my brush? Where did I leave my brush? Hold on. Okay, I got my brush. I brought my brush over because I'm going to show you what I've been doing with it. This has been affected by mealies. You can see in there that looks like there's some mealies in there. and in there. And a good indicator that you have mealies is when the leaves start to deform a little like that. So I have put some systemic pesticide granules in the pot, but I probably haven't watered it in enough for it to get soaked up in the roots. So mental note, must do that. But one of the tricky things about dealing with mealy damage, or mealies I should say, when you've got a plant that's got farina, that's the powdery stuff on the leaves, is that when you treat it with a spray, it tends to disturb the farina. Even can potentially burn it, I guess. So what I do is, what I've been doing, and I need to do a little bit more. So this is a systemic pesticide spray. Rather than spraying it directly on it, I spray a little bit on my brush. Now I've got a little well of pesticide there. I'll just dip it in. You probably should wear gloves, but I'm not going to touch it. And just gently go in there and do a little dab. It probably will. It does affect the farina a little bit. It's probably not the most efficient way, but I'm sort of keeping an eye on it and trying that. And you can sort of brush out the little webby things as well. I think honestly though, I probably need to do something a little bit more severe. I might do a deep watering, underneath watering, to help get the pesticide granules moving through it. Sometimes I spray underneath too. I don't know how effective that is. So I was editing the video and listening to myself and realised I wasn't being really concise with what I was saying. So when I said I should do something more severe, I mean removing these distorted leaves or even cutting out the center points. Because seeing that, and that to me, because I like to photograph my plants, that, you know, that's not good. That says I've had mealies. And you know, I'm thinking I should just pull them out. There we go. Gone. You can go in that pile. I think you should actually put some methyl or something on leaves if you want to propagate them, if you've pulled them off because of mealies. Let's grab that one out and have a look. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to focus. Yeah, anyway, that's crap as well. Let's just get rid of that for a sec. Where is it? I'm just trying to look inside and see if there's still some signs of mealies. There we go. I'm not even sure where I'm filming. What a retard. No, that's not too bad. Let's pull this leaf out as well. I broke it. Doesn't really matter anyway because it's caca. Rubbish. So you can see there's a little white spot of mealy stuff. So yeah, the whole thing's very disappointing. So that's probably what I have to do. That's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about doing something severe. In my mind, that is severe, probably in yours too. So before I move on, I thought I'd show you some old photos of what it used to look like, and that's more its true colour.
Right now it's not getting any exposure to direct sunlight, that's why it's lost that lovely purple colour.
Others. Right, what else have we got? So this arrangement I did a while ago, and it's under here just to protect it from the sun. You can see that these three main heads have opened up wider, probably because it's not getting as much sun. This middle one is called Shanghai Lady, and I love her very much. This one is something Moon Goddess. There it is. And I love this one, and it's doing really well. It's got a little baby there, and that is a Harry Butterfield Setiveria. I think it's related to the Burrowtails, which you can see the resemblance. Don't know a lot about it, so I won't go on about it too much. This one is really sweet. I took a few cuttings. I love the little chocolate colour it gets. Sorry, I'm looking for the tag at the same time. So it's a sedum, and what was this one called again? I think I've got it tucked away here. Oh yes, there it is. I had the tag under there. Onslow, aka Michella. What else? That one there. Oh, what's that tag? That is a Crassula radicans. In winter, when it was out getting a lot of sun, it went a really vibrant red, and the flowers were adorable. Still got some remnants of old flowers. So I love it. It's gorgeous.
These photos were taken in spring when it bloomed, and you can see what I mean about the flowers being gorgeous. They're so delicate, and the foliage is a much deeper red. I think that's because it was really stressed out through winter.
This one here. This one here by far is my favourite in this pot. Look at the cute little freckles, the little spots it's got. And it's thrown off lots of new little offsets, which is adorable. I got a little bit more of it there. And I think that was a hybrid. Here we go. I'm not going to pronounce that. You can just grab it off screen. Just put that little tag there. Yeah, I chop the tags up as small as possible and hide them as best I can. This is really sweet too. It's not looking. It's looked better in the past. And that is this one, Helena. And that is a sedum for that one there. Just roughly put these tags back in quickly. And this little sweetheart is a Yukibina. What a cute name, Yukibina. One of the things I like about this arrangement is how I've used these shells here. I actually collected them from a beach in, where was it? Jane Juck Beach. If you're Australian or Victorian, you'll know that that's a popular beach. That's where Bell's Beach is, around that area. Okay, what else? Oh, this is a really sweet cactus. It had the flowers when it came along. It was so pretty. It's actually grafted onto another cactus there. I didn't do it. I bought it like that.
So here's a few photos of when it bloomed. I was so thrilled when it bloomed because I couldn't believe how beautiful its flowers were. It's so sublime. That's one of the reasons why we grow cactuses, isn't it? For their blooms.
In there. These are little leaf babies. I did these a while ago. I mean, I made a video about it. So that's doing alright. Don't really care too much about it. Some string of pearls. The colour's a little bit not too happy, but that's all good. Whatever. I've got strings everywhere. I'm going to try and grab this at the right angle. I love this little terracotta pot in the shape of a watering can. I've had somebody help idea this for me. I've got to write up a tag for it. I'll put it in the video. It's got, look at these flowers, they're so cute. They look like little daisies. Anyway, another grower I know, he gave me that as a gift, so that was really lovely. But he's not big on ID, he just grows things. And this is some sort of sedum. I just got some cuttings and threw it in there. It's another one of those pots. This one here, I love this one because I love the pale white. You know, it looks like white. It's really a light green. And it's an echeveria. It's a cross between albicans and Linciana. Linciana seem to, there seem to be a lot of crossing with Linciana. Not surprised because it's such a beautiful echeveria. Let's see if I can pull that out. I'm sorry about my hand. These are really sweet. I thought they'd be a lot bigger than they are when I bought them online, but all good. I mean, look, I'll just put my finger next to it so you can see what, in comparison, what sort of size they are. They're tiny. Oops, there's my brush. I should put that down. So these are a cross between Elegances and Violet Queen. What a great combination. I've got a feeling it will take forever before anything happens with those, like gets bigger or offsets or whatever, but I think it's a sweet little arrangement. And then I threw in some propagation babies. I don't recall what they are. Alright, what else is on this table? I got a couple of Haworthias. I don't know why I left them here. I think last sale I was doing, they were in the sale. They didn't sell. I was only selling them for $6. I don't know why nobody wants them. They're not my favourites, to be honest, these window Haworthias. They're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I just like other stuff better. So I think I'm going to sell off most of my collection. This one back here, okay, let's get the tag. Zaragozas. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I'm sure I say a lot of things wrong. So this one has done well and then gone crap and done well and gone crap, and right now it's crap. Something happened to the middle. I can't recall. I've got so much going on I can't recall everything, but there was probably some sort of insect damage. So I did what I love to do, and that's cut things out. And short term things look ugly, but long term, watching what happens when they grow new heads is always such a joy for me. I think we're already getting something happening right there. So it's just sitting here recovering, and while I keep an eye on it, some of these leaves from the middle, I periodically take a couple off here and there. That's not going to come off nicely, and I've just shoved them underneath. Who knows, something might happen. This is not exciting. I'm not even going to talk about it. Oh look, there's a few leaves hiding behind here. Oh, that's from the what are they called again? The bear claws. Anyway, they're not propagating. Oh well. Oh, this is a bit whimsical. I don't think it's going to work though. It's an old like tea light thing that I had, and I shoved some string of pearls that that I cut off because I didn't like them. They were kind of, well, you can see they look like rubbish. So I just threw them in there. I thought maybe they'll just recover on their own. They probably won't work. Maybe some moss or something on the bottom would work better. Anyway, that's why that's there. So that's what's going on at that table. behind that table I have a couple of shelving units with a few things on there, and I might just show you some of that as well. So I'll start from the right. PVNs. So I head chopped one, and I've got two heads growing on that, so that I'm happy about. What's in there? Oh, it's a little stowaway. This is not very exciting. Another one, I cut the center point out. Yes, because of those damn mealies. Anyway, chroma. I love the chroma. Chroma has a really great foliage when it's on point. Like, it gets this really gorgeous yellow color to it. And I actually have beheaded this one and got some offshoots off it, but the color isn't there yet. I think the problem for me for these is I had them in direct sunlight, and a friend of mine, Dale, hi Dale if you're watching, he posted a picture of his and it had that beautiful yellow color, and he said he keeps his under the shade house, in a shade house or something like that. So I thought, oh, I'm going to take him out of direct sunlight for a while, and fingers crossed. So we'll see how that goes. Got a few cuttings here. These are actually starting to root up. I like leaving them on this shelf because the grid work, you can just pop the, there's the roots, you could just pop the stem through there. It's just a little pot of some Haworthias, nothing too exciting, not in my mind anyway. Maybe this might be. It's quite long and it's thrown off a few offshoots. This dish here has some pink jelly beans, but the colour's not too vibrant. Same reason, because it's none of this stuff is getting enough sunlight under here. In actual fact, that looks a little bit leggy. I really should give this a good watering, probably expose it to a little bit more sunlight, because this looks a little dehydrated to me. It's a grim one, Graptivaria grim one. It's got a beautiful crest there. Alright, yeah, and oh, these are all cuttings. Just like my last video, I chopped up a whole bunch of jelly beans. I threw away all the roots and stuff and all the lemmy bits, and I just kept the heads and just set them in there amongst some pebbles. Here is another dish arrangement. The middle one is an Echeveria Bloody Maria. It has a cute little pup there. But again, I've done my usual little hack and cut out the center point. Probably it had some sort of pest damage, but it's grown a nice little new head, so I'm happy about that. Behind it is a Graptivaria Pink Ruby. The colour's been more vibrant than this before, but it's got a little baby there, so I'm happy about that. Here's an old photo of it showing more of its true colour, so you can see why it's called the Pink Ruby. Gorgeous. These are really nice variegated aloe. That's a pup I've taken from another plant. That looks like crap. It's elongated, stretching for light. Again, the lighting conditions under here are not ideal, but I'd rather that than putting them out and getting more sun exposure in some of my other places. So that's elongated too. That's elongated too. I should probably just chop the top off. Anyway, I'm not going to focus on those. This is a little sweetheart. I've seen some other people on Instagram who have them, and when you get a lot of them together, they can look really, really gorgeous. So that's its tag. Cute little cactus. Well, this one is good too. So that's its name. Usually the tips are redder than that. They can be quite striking, and I have been able to multiply these by doing my usual little cut. Not mine, it's not my trick. Everyone, a lot of people do it. But cutting and resetting. So that's her cutting, and that's getting some roots too. And wherever I took it from, it's probably, grown some more stuff. One last one. This one's interesting. This is an Aeonium. Pseudofolium. It's really kind of sticky. Like the leaves have got a stickiness to it, which I find interesting. Well, that's a cutie pie. Alright, let's move on from that. That's not my favourite dish. You probably hear it in my voice, a lack of enthusiasm.
Here's an old photo of the arrangement taken not long after I did it. You can see in the top left hand corner that crassula has multiplied a lot. There's my poor Bloody Maria before I had to cut the middle out.
That's a pot full of Aeonium green roses. You can see why they call them green roses, because when they're dormant they really tighten up to the point they look like young rose buds. So that pot there is having a little nap. Such a contrast to how it looked in winter. It was so full and lush, and as soon as a little bit of warm weather came along, it just closed right up.
It's hard to believe this is the exact same pot. I took this photo in the middle of winter. So here it is actively growing. It's thrown off heaps of offsets. The rosettes have opened up big and wide. I actually prefer this look. I think it looks very lush, though I know a lot of people prefer that dormant look when they look like tight little young rosebuds. So tell me, what do you prefer? I'd be interested to know.
Right up. Anyway, I do love them. This is a variegated something or other. I'm not familiar with this name. I can't even read the writing properly from the nursery. But when it's on point, boy, does it look good. The pinks and that lemony yellow color it has. And so I've chopped it up basically. So hoping to, start some new plants like that. So cutting in there, that one section that's rooted up. That was another cutting I took. Yeah, it's just got a couple of roots.
Here's some old photos that really demonstrate how lovely the variegation on it can be. And I love that lemony yellow color it gets. Absolutely stunning.
Aeonium Mardi Gras. It's such a festive Aeonium. So I did do a video where I showed you when I head chopped it. So there's its head, and it's really tightened up as well and gone this amazing deep wine color. But unfortunately, it has not thrown one single root. And this I cut, I think it was July. I've lost a lot of lower leaves. That's to be expected. I think I shocked it into dormancy when I cut it off. Fortunately, the stem threw off 5 offsets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they seem like they have, they're not complete. They don't seem dormant to me, but they're stagnant. They haven't grown for quite a while. So that's all good. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased that I did head chop it. But I wouldn't be surprised it would have thrown offsets had I just left it anyway. But regardless, I've still multiplied one head into 6 heads, so I've got to be happy with that. And I have a few other special Aeoniums So these two are both head chops as well, and next to it are the heads, and they have rooted up, so I'm happy about that. What's under there? Oh, I thought it was a little slug. So this one, oh yes, that's the Inferno. You can't, that doesn't matter. Inferno. So that's the Inferno. I would say by the name that it suggests that it gets a very bright red colour. So from that head chop I got 3, 1, 2, 3, and this one is a Big Bang, and I got 2 from that head chop, but the offsets are really quite sizely, so I'm happy about that. Again, they don't look dormant either, you know, they're not completely closed up. I think leaving them on out of direct sunlight, it's obviously helped that. I moved this here recently. This used to hang off my shade house, and they're just ghosties. But they were looking more like that, and so now they're starting to look a little bit better. They were going to get really burnt where they were, so I've moved them. This is, oh, I love her. I love her so much. I love you. I love you. Do you talk to your plants too? This is an Aeonium moonburst. You know, I love the sunburst, but the moonburst is just as pretty. Alright, and then another pot of Aeoniums. These are Ballerina. Nearlies do like these too, unfortunately. They have a very sticky foliage, and it's a little bit fuzzy as well. So I think that pot is looking pretty good. Pretty good indeed. I think that's some sort of bromeliad. I don't even know where I got it from, but it has this really sort of wine colour it gets on it. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit tired. I think that's it for today. I might do another video soon if you would like, where I can go through all my little pots here and give you a closer look on those. So let me know if you're interested. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and again, happy gardening everybody. Bye for now. I wanted to sincerely thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to my channel. Also, you can find me as S's for Succulents on my Instagram and Facebook page, where I post daily photos with tips and information. So come and hang out with me there. It's a great place to chat and connect. Thank you.